Oi. Ha ha. All right. We're here. What's happening, Mr. NorCal? We are live. Mr. JB is running a little bit behind schedule, so he's going to be joining the show a little bit late. Um, Said he's probably going to be about 30 minutes or so. So it's just, you're stuck with me for just a bit here. And I thought since it's going to be quiet beginning here, and eh, hi mom's already here in the show. Uh, NorCal, good to see you, man. Barbecue, good to see you. Yeah, it's good day. It's a good Wednesday. It's a happy Wednesday. Today we're just we've been feeling good, and JB and I kind of felt like we've been just a little bit too negative recently, and all this madness going on. So we figured we're gonna try and do to be a little bit more positive, to a little bit more positive today, and just sort of try to talk about some good things. Which, speaking of good things, congrats to Mr. Exocaged RC. Yesterday or the day before, he officially left his day job to become a full-time YouTuber. So kudos to him for doing that, man. That's well, it's totally cool. He's now living the dream. Mr. Exocaged is. So congrats to him. Propaganda, good to see you. Chainsaw, good to see you. Like I said earlier, before a bunch of people showed up, JB's running a little late today, so I'm kicking the show off today, all solo here. I even thought I'd try to class the show up a little bit today and wear something with some buttons and a collar. But yeah, man, it's a good Wednesday. It is a great Wednesday. The sun is finally shining here. We're getting out from underneath all the freaking rain in Tennessee here. Hey, propaganda, thank you very much, my friend. That's the first official super chat. First official super chat of the shit that needs to be said show. So, hey man, thank you very much. You have inked your place in history here. It's fantastic. But hey, to kick off things, I'm sure some of you saw the poll that went up, my highly scientific poll about what's been going on, and is there too much hate on the show? Is there just enough hate, or too many big heads and fart sniffers and more hate, please? And that's right, scientifically, 71%, overwhelmingly 71% of the 17 people that took the poll said more hate, please. So overwhelmingly, people are liking the show, and the fact that we're not pulling our punches here, and we're not afraid to speak our minds, and allow other people to come in here and speak their minds, because that's what we should be allowed to do, for crying out loud. And and kudos to and thank you to everybody for going in there and answering the poll questions. And again, propaganda, man, thank you, brother. That is super cool. I think in the existence of my channel, I've only ever gotten now 2 super chats. So that is super freaking cool. Really appreciate that, man. The other thing I wanted to sort of kick off the show talking about Mr. CCXRC, Mr. Tony CC. It seems like a bunch of people gave him a hard time about breaking a $12 toy from Amazon on his channel, and he kind of made a short to go out there and kind of explain. And Tony, you don't need to explain nothing to anybody. You're having fun. It's your channel. It's you make good content. So Hey, whiny babies that come in there. You don't need to explain anything to all your regular subscribers and regular viewers. We absolutely don't mind. None of us mind seeing you go out there and smash a $12 toy because it made for something fun to watch. Those are made for. Yeah, you know what, NorCal, it would be nice if everybody could make decisions as easily as we made that decision in our highly scientific poll. But yeah, no need for anybody, for that matter, to explain why you make content the way you make it. You make your content the way you want to make it because it's your channel, and if people want to watch it, they'll watch it. If they get upset, there's nobody out there running around pointing guns at people's heads, forcing them to watch YouTube content. If you don't like what you're watching, you can just simply go to a different channel. Watch something else. Watch cat videos. I mean, nobody hates cat videos or ever has a problem with cat videos. Barbecue, this truck right here, that is my, I am a year and a half into building this truck. And this was what was previously my Vanquish conversion kit that had the extra speed Jeep body on it. And then it had the Team Rafi Jeep, or Endura. It was the Endura Jeep body on it because the extra speed body was ridiculously heavy and it just made a mess. Then the Endura body wasn't much better. And it was a shame because this, I had the Vanquish axles and, fancy shocks and everything on there. And I had this big, heavy Jeep body on there flopping around like crazy. And it just didn't work that well. So I went and bought the Killer Body LC70 interior, opening the doors. And long story short, the United States Postal Service lost it on its way from China. So after, I don't know, 3 or 4 weeks of it being missing, Killer Body finally agreed that USPS had officially lost it, and they gave me my money back. And, at that point, I had already started moving forward with the build that I was originally going to use that for. And I was like, So that ended up being what I got my Defender body and built that whole truck for that. Well, then 3 months later, out of the blue, my USPS guy shows up at my door with this box that just beat to shit. And he's like, oh, you got to sign for this. And honestly, I thought it was something that my wife had ordered. And I was like, oh, she's going to be upset about this. I opened the box and lo and behold, there's the Killer Body LC70. The window roll-up door box had busted open and all the parts were just strewn apart all over the inside of the box there. The body itself was tweaked. The whole cab is sort of tilted over one side. But I did manage to, last year, I let it sit. We were in the process of moving from California, and so I just didn't get started with it. I just let it, took it in the box, threw it in the motorhome. When we drove over here, I took it out of the motorhome and threw it on the shelf, and it sat there for months and months and months. And last year, I started putting it together and realized what a mess the actual body was itself. And oddly enough, I managed to get and completely, honestly, I thought it was gone. I was talking for 2 weeks. I was talking with a guy at the local postal office who was trying to help me find the thing because they knew it was in New York. They knew it had gotten lost in New York. They figured the tag had been ripped off of it. So it was just sitting there, lost. And, he had people there running around trying to find. And after a couple of weeks, he was like, there's nothing we can do here. It's gone. You're never going to see it because it's going to sit in a pile that, once a year they take these piles of shit that just are lost and they can't do anything with, and they throw it in a big container and, I don't know, take it to the dump and But yeah, luckily enough, somebody came across it. They managed to see that half of the label was still there, and half of the tracking number was there. And by some miracle, somebody figured out what the other half of the tracking number was because they could see half of my name. And yeah, body showed up. So I started putting this thing together on that Vanquish conversion kit. All I can say is I there's a reason why I don't build any scale trucks. They are a pain in the neck. Anything that has like a working interior, it's so difficult to get everything to sit right on the chassis the way it's supposed to. And yeah, I ended up taking out the transmission that was in it so that I could put the SSD Trail King transmission in it to get it to sit lower. Then I ended up shaving down the center so that I could get it down just enough. And then I was heating up the interior on the LC70 so that I could squash everything down enough. I had to make these goofy little connectors to mount to the front of the transmission. Then I got everything so that the body fit and it sat on there and it was killer and I was totally happy. And I've got all the magnets and everything in there and I got it all mounted down. I was super happy. And then I went to push the suspension down, and as you can see, it's got an offset pumpkin now. Well, it had the center pumpkin, and the front drive shaft and the SSD comes off on the side and not in the center. So it was cutting across, and I got it like a half of an inch of suspension travel, and it was hitting. So then it was having to buy a offset pumpkin so that it would match the rear pumpkin, so that I could offset the axle so that it wasn't hitting the transmission, but it still hits the transmission mount. Yeah, every step of the way, this build. What's happening, Sean? Yeah, this every step of the way, this build has just fought me nonstop. Just pain in the ass all the way. Unbelievable. Yeah, it's what, like I said, it's why I don't. It's why I generally don't do scale builds. All that custom stuff, and I generally don't sit hours and hours and hours to work on them. So it's like it took me 3 months just to build the body because it's like 20 minutes at a time building, and then I'm off doing something else. Yeah. Yeah, propaganda. I absolutely admire people that take the time to do all the crazy custom scale builds and the styrene and all of that. I haven't even got to that part of this build because I do have to make a bunch of styrene under the hood because that's where all the electronics and the battery is going to sit. And it's just, I'm just happy that it's at this point. That's where it's at right now after a year and a half of kind of working on it off and on. You know, I think in the last couple of months, well, since the Phoenix, because I pretty much built the Phoenix straight through. But since then, the most time I've spent doing anything building RC related was the freaking grasshopper, and that was about 3.5 hours of absolute headache. Absolute headache. I don't know how I can express how frustrating building that little stupid car is. And I didn't even finish it. There's no servo, there's no electronics and anything. I just built it so that I could have it on the shelf. Because if you don't know the story, that was the first RC car I ever had was a Grasshopper, and I bought it just so that sentimental value. I could have one of those up on the shelf there, and I joked that the whole time I was building it, my father was looking down at me, laughing his ass off because he was the one that built the bulk of it the first time because I was only like friggin' 8 or 9 years old. uh, Yeah, everybody caters to freaking Amazon now, Bubba Q. It's amazing. It's amazing to me that I have to make a return to Amazon, and um, all I have to do is I don't even have to put this thing in a box. All I have to do is go to the UPS store and show them the scan code on my phone and hand them this thing, and that's the return is done. It used to be even better because they would actually come to the house and pick up returns absolutely free. My what a yeah what a Amazon's great, and they're also terrible. It's great because, man, there are a few things that are more convenient in this world right now than being able to buy pretty much anything you want off of Amazon. I uh, I recently had to buy a riding mower, and I shit you not, I could have bought it off of Amazon had I wanted to. Like, okay, I don't think there's anything you can't buy from Amazon anymore. Oh man, yeah. I got now that we got a handful of people in here. I'm not sure if anybody even pays attention, but YouTube announced their quarterly returns just recently for the first quarter, 2023, and they're quite upset because they for 3 straight quarters now they have dropped 2% in ad revenue every quarter. So first quarter of 2022, they did $6.86 billion of ad revenue in the first quarter. And in 2023, they've only done $6.6 billion of ad revenue. I mean, I would be angry myself. If I'm the president of YouTube, I would be running around screaming and yelling at people like, I mean, $6.6 billion obviously not enough money. I kid. Yeah, it makes me kind of wonder why pretty much across the board, everybody I talk to that's doing the whole YouTube thing, that's creating content and is monetized, has seen drops in revenue. I haven't talked to probably out of the 24 people that I've talked to, not a single one of them has been like, oh yeah, my YouTube revenue has been going up for months. Everybody's saying the same thing. My views are down. My revenue is down. And I mean, it kind of explains why YouTube has lost, $0.2 billion in ad revenue. So that, having to cut some corners. Got to find a way to, make up for that lost revenue. Absolute insanity. Like I said, I wanted to be more positive on the show. I'm trying to kind of get some of the negative stuff out of the way before JB gets here. Not that that's really that negative, but it's more just if you weren't aware, yeah, YouTube takes in anywhere between 25 and 30 billion dollars a year in ad revenue, and that's a lot of freaking money. Not sure where not sure where all that money's going. Because it seems like the creators we're not all doing that great. Shorts there's YouTube is recognized now that shorts, TikTok, Instagram reels, they're all starting to dwindle in popularity. I mean, court of public opinion right now, everybody is so down on TikTok and short form content, but the realization is that across the board, every platform that's got short form content on it is seeing a drop. The ad revenue coming in for the shorts just isn't enough to make it totally viable. long term. And I've seen several people talking about how YouTube is investing in podcasts more because they're almost going the opposite direction. So instead of short form content, they're going to, like Joe Rogan with his podcast, his podcast will go for a couple hours. And, similar to our live show here, where we'll go for a couple hours. But that form of content seems to be something that YouTube is trying to invest more in, putting more on the platform now, bringing more people's podcasts and getting more people to film their podcasts to get that, been able to make new videos, and the weather sucks. I've been trying to keep shorts going to keep the channel alive. Yeah, and that's YouTube was pushing shorts and telling creators, yeah, you got to create shorts because that's what's going to bring in those new subscribers, and those new subscribers are going to migrate over and watch your long form content. But that really hasn't happened. I know for me, it hasn't basically at all. My long form content is way down from what it normally gets in views, and shorts to me are just, I got to the point where it was, I think I did a short maybe a month ago, but that was the first one I had done in months and months and months. It just got to be, I'm going to stick with doing regular videos. It's what I enjoy doing. I enjoy editing them that way. And if it's hurting the channel by just doing that and not really paying attention to shorts, hey, it's gonna happen anyway. But yeah, I enjoy, I still, I still watch a fair amount of RC content, and especially the guys that are still producing the videos that are, 10 minutes, 15 minutes long. I still enjoy, if there's a lot going on. Me, I'm shorting mine down because I'm really not doing much other than just showing driving and whatnot. And people are gonna get bored there. You can only watch a running video for so many minutes before it's kind of like, okay. Yeah, 10. I see propaganda. Yeah, that's 5 minute for a cool one. Yeah, 10 minutes a while back. It was long for it will barely get views. Yeah, I have some shorts that popped off for sure. 10K plus views. Yeah, I had the same thing. I had a handful of shorts that did pretty good, like 3,000-4,000 views, and it wasn't that great. It wasn't really doing that much for me. And even on the shorts that got a lot of views, I still didn't see a lot of subscribers come from shorts. 10 plus subs a week. Now, see, now NorCal, I know you do actually put out quite a few shorts. So, man, you're one of the few that I've seen that's benefiting that much from the shorts. Yeah, see, I just wasn't getting that many subs. I think the biggest one I got was like 8,000 views, and I think I got a grand total of like 7 subs from it, and that was 8,000 views over a couple months. So yeah, I wasn't seeing that subscribers jump up from there. Typically, I don't know, I think I average about 10 a week. And it seems like I average about 10 a week, no matter what I do. Even when I'm not even producing videos at all for months, I'm still averaging about 10 a week. So, yeah, NorCal and the boats, man. The boat shorts are freaking sweet. I've been hunting around. I've been hunting around for like a small pond or something around here or a medium-ish sized pond that would be good for me to be able to go out and get a boat, because I think having a boat would be fun. I sure as hell like watching. I sure as hell like watching NorCal's videos. Nothing lately since shorts have been pushed. Yeah. Which, howdy, Mr. Earl. Good to see you. Yeah, it's just I think it's kind of an odd time at YouTube. They seem to be in that one of those weird transition periods where it's just yeah, a weird transition where things are kind of wonky with everything. It's shorts and the regular and nothing seems to be. I think they screwed up the algorithm a little bit with the shorts, and now they're trying to connect all the dots to get it back. Hey, Jesse, what's happening, man? Good to see you. Um, yeah, I saw something interesting today. I don't know how many of you watch the Good Mythical Morning guys, Rhett and Link. A couple goofy guys. They were doing a video this morning about how much things used to cost, and I was actually because I haven't been to a KFC in a long time, and I didn't realize like their 16-piece family meal thing it's $50. That's a lot. But back in 1964, basically their 15-piece meal was like $5. Back in 1973, a quarter pounder with cheese was 70 cents. And right now it's over $6. Just the burger, not the meal, just the burger. Is shocking. Yes. And yeah, I mean, you know what? Like I said, trying to be positive here. That was something that I was going to talk about is, that I know we kind of harp on some of the RC community, but there is plenty of RC community out there that's absolutely solid and awesome. Earl, Propaganda, NorCal, um, Jesse, basically everybody that comes in here and hangs out and chats with me and JB every week. I, firmly believe you guys kind of get it. It's RC isn't just, if you're hanging out with your buddies and you're doing RC and you're out in nature, it's a good thing. It's a good day. Even if you're just hanging out in your garage, doing some drifting or, doing some 24 skill crawling on a mini course or something like that. It's a good time. Man, $15 for a baconator. That's crazy for the combo. Yeah, oh man, we went to Sonic. I mean, Sonic's freaking cheap. Yeah, we went to Sonic like a week ago, so and I think I spent like freaking 28 or $29 for me, my wife, and my daughter. Aha, there he is, hanging out in the background. Dun, dun, dun.
Lurking. I'm lurking.
Mr. JB.
What is going on? Did I miss the show?
No. I mean, we're just getting to the good part. I was kind of randomly rambling on aimlessly. Now we're getting into how much it costs for hamburgers.
Holy hamburgers.
Yeah, NorCal. 2 Whoppers, no drinks, no fries, $16. Gee. 3 and 40 for just my wife and I. Yeah, plus like 5 cans of dog and cat food. Yeah, I hear you, Propaganda. Now imagine we will spend about the same amount here, where we are in much cheaper than things in California, and yeah, we're spending about the same amount here for just the 3 of us, and that will might last us 2 weeks if we're lucky.
650.
We'll run out of stuff.
650 for a loaf of bread over here. I love this, dude. I can't even afford to pay attention. So
Yeah, it's man, inflation, and they're talking about how inflation's getting better, and the Fed is not going to raise interest rates at the next Federal Reserve meeting. So that is hopefully a good sign.
hit a
Man,
hobby shop to repair my RC, and they charged everything and still didn't work. I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh, but damn, dude.
I can't. I had a binding issue with my SCX24, and I eventually went and just bought another ESC receiver thing because I fiddled around with it for like a good 45 minutes. And, that was after weeks and weeks and weeks of driving around and not having a single problem with it. I went and turned it on one day and it just nothing.
Is that where we are? Are we talking about fixing RCs right now? I'm so lost. 30
I mean,
minutes.
we just kind of jumped. We kind of migrated into that one.
I didn't even say hi to anybody. Hi, everybody.
No, what I was talking about was, how we're being a little, we're a little more positive this week. And I was shouting out everybody that comes into the show every week.
I'm positive I'm an asshole. Positivity.
But
I admit we did talk about I think Jesse said, hey, look, is there anything positive going on in RC? And yeah, there is. There is. We don't mean to bring you down.
Yeah, and that is, that was kind of the today was, kind of, and there was a few people.
RC King RC.
There's a few people I know that good people, good positive influences in the RC community. RC Guy Garage, guy makes great content. He was gracious enough to have a live stream every day during the pandemic, COVID and coffee, which I'm pretty sure there was quite a few people that probably would have lost their minds had they not been able to just hang out with Guy and chat and just have fun. Because, gee, that was, I know I got stuck at home and I was hanging out in there every day with everybody else who was stuck at home. Like, okay, I'm not allowed to go outside, unless I want to wear a freaking bunny suit.
Shit, you just made me forget, dude. You know what? I mean, I've been called a wanker. I've been called a bigot this week. And I still have a smile on my face. I
didn't even get to that one yet. I didn't get to that one.
I just jumped right ahead.
Because it was kind of way down on the list. My list is crazy this week. I'm like going vertical with my notes and curling around things because I was just writing too much random crap. I did talk about the poll. Our highly scientific poll, which was freaking awesome. The results were
evaluated.
Awesome.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, Jesse, I was home for, I want to say a couple weeks, and my boss called me up. We were trying to do work from home, whatnot. My boss called me up. He was like, "Yeah, this ain't working. Let's get back to the shop and let's get back to work." And the only time I wore a mask was if I had to go in someplace where they wouldn't let me go in there unless I was wearing a mask. And believe you me, I tried to go in places while not wearing a mask and walk around and kind of ignore it for as long as I could. And yeah, I mean, I literally going into the gas station, I went in all the time, and people are in there. "Oh, sorry, you got to have your mask on. You can't be in here without your mask on." Oh, yeah, well. Me and my not wearing a mask. Yeah, that whole pandemic. I'm glad we're most of the way
past all that. How many people did you piss off already? I thought this was a positive episode.
I mean, I haven't really said anything that negative. I did sort of, point out that YouTube had made billions of dollars, and
that bullshit, huh?
most of us YouTubers are not seeing the benefits of them making 25 or 30 billion dollars in ad revenue every year. I did my best, Jesse. I did my best to try and educate people and inform people that it was absolutely ludicrous. And yeah, some people will just do what they just follow along. There's a crowd of people walking through the forest. They will just walk through the forest with that crowd of people without asking why they're doing it. They just do it, and that's. You lead a horse to water. That's all I can say. You lead a horse to water. You can't make them drink.
I hate Traxxas, but I do like their trucks. A Green Frog.
Yeah. Hey, Mr. Green Frog. How the heck are you? Good to see you, sir. Thank you for popping in here and hanging out with us. By any chance, did anybody notice that there was another Chinese spy balloon? That's right. This time it is somewhere, as of yesterday, because nobody's really talking about it much. As of yesterday, it was like between Hawaii and the West Coast. But yeah, I don't.
I like Traxxas.
I don't know exactly what the point of that is, other than freaking China's just trolling the crap out of us right now. Here's a balloon.
They're satellites. They're not balloons.
Zappo Verde. XRT is fun. Just that upper bulkhead needs the mod, or it breaks every run. The XRT.
I haven't had an XRT or anything like that. I mean, the Sledge, the XRT, those are new to me. Still, I haven't even had a chance to really be around them.
Yeah, propaganda. I mean, it's a low-level satellite that's just flying over, taking pictures of everything they can take pictures of, which, yeah, I mean, hey, what the heck? And knock yourself out, guys.
Oh, yeah, hey, yeah, I keep forgetting the comments here. I got to show the comments. I saw you guys had some comments when I came in that didn't get shown.
Oh, yeah, I got to mention that. I actually forgot. I mentioned it.
Propaganda dropped us $5.
Yes. Yeah, we got our first super chat. Again, thank you, Propaganda. But I got to mention that if you guys type something in the chat and it doesn't show up as like grayed out.
Oh, so yeah. Well, I'm a stoner, Sean. I got the time wrong. Whoop-de-doo. You were still there doing it. And I'm not here to argue semantics with you, buddy. If you're upset about what I said, there's the door.
Anyhow.
Oh, we'll clear this bullshit up. You go right ahead, buddy.
Hey, today's the positive show.
I'm totally
positive. We're on the positive show today. But anyhow,
you have a good time, Sean. Have a good day.
We're anytime you guys see where your message shows up and it's grayed out above, that would be where we have the ability to allow it to pop in. But if you ever type something into the chat and it just doesn't appear, it just disappears, that's YouTube. YouTube has keywords that they flag and they just take this stuff out of the chat. That booked me.
It happens.
Nothing about the relationship. Brad and I handle plenty of it's really okay, Sean. It's okay. It's all right.
They monitor it all. Of course, they're always watching, man. You never know who's really watching anyways, right?
Yes. YouTube is always in. Oh, by the way, hey, Cape Cod, it's good to see you, man. YouTube is always, they have their algorithm. They've got their own little AI thing that monitors chats and whatnot, that they'll flag stuff. And they are all over the.
Look, wait, just a second. All I say is I saw you on the show doing something and I called it just like I see it. Now, you were in public and you were doing something and somebody saw it and had an opinion of it. If you're upset about that, you need to go somewhere else. Sorry.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I wouldn't join Tank's show if you're afraid of what you might do or say. But hey, like I said, positive day, right? I mean, I wasn't going to hash over operational.
I know,
man. You need to give it up a little bit. This is not. Jesus Christ! How often are we going to get chased down and attacked by these guys?
Hey, you know what? It is what it is. Like I said, it's okay, Sean. It's all right. There's no.
Nah, you're doing good, man. You stick in right in there. Be an Operation 11 Charlie representative for us and keep typing away. I love it.
We just, we're moving on. It's,
What else did you get? Did you talk about the kid getting run over by the X-Max yet?
No, I hadn't got to that one yet. I was saving that one because I already did that. I wanted to talk about warning labels first.
Oh yeah, okay.
Because I did. I heard a freaking geese. I heard a geese outside making a racket. RC propaganda. Yeah, Cape Cod, go Vols. Yeah, I did look into some of the warning labels that they put on, some of the bigger RCs, X-Max and Arma, because actually both of them are gracious enough to put those warning labels on their websites so that you can, children under a certain age probably need to be supervised by an adult. But
this really isn't rocket science.
If anybody hasn't seen the video yet, it's a kid. He's about 8 or 9 years old, and I think the caption was, "I might regret having gotten my kid this RC car." And he's, it's an 8 or 9 year old kid. He's small. You're so anything. I ain't afraid of.
Oh my God, dude! Really? All right, Sean. Look, what do you want here? What is it you want here? Because you're not going to get shit from me. I got news for you.
This isn't something that needs to be hashed out.
You got about one more comment, and I'm done. I mean, look, I'll let you say what you already said. What you said. Everybody heard you. Nobody stopped you from saying what you wanted to say when you came in here. But if you're going to continue to go on, I'm done. We changed the subject, bro. Let's move on.
Yeah. Again, Sean, it's okay. I mean, I think a couple of weeks ago we had a whole thing about, with other Operation 11 Charlie guys, that we make fun of people. I mean, it's part of this show. It's the shit that needs to be said show. We do make fun. It's, sometimes it's in jest, sometimes it's just for the sake of, because we can. Why the hell not? But just like always, we've always said, you can come in here and say whatever you want, and whatever you want. This is open and free discussion.
From Operation 11 Charlie harassing somebody over here who's disabled. Yeah, you can say whatever you want, Sean. You go right ahead.
Yeah, but sorry you got offended, but we just simply pointed out.
I hope you're man. Welcome. Everybody's angry. Okay, all right. Let's like I said, this kid who gets hit by this X-Max, these warning labels, like I said, what we're talking about.
He didn't just get hit. He got mauled by an X-Max. It knocked him down, and then it proceeded to run him back over because he fell down with evidently his finger stuck on the throttle.
I thought he was adjusting the throttle. It looked to me like he was actually adjusting the throttle on the trigger, and he didn't even know. He just turned it up to 100, and the damn thing went backwards and ran him over, and then went forwards and ran him over.
Yeah, and it looked like it was doing Brody's on him when it was running over him the second time.
Oh God, it was hilarious. I mean, I don't mean to laugh. I felt bad for the kid, but his face hits the ground, and mom is just screaming. I think that's the highlight of that whole video. Is mom is just screaming in the background of that video. You can hear her. She's just, oh my God!
I can tell you right now I don't think I have ever seen anybody actually spell that out, Green Frog. That's impressive right there.
Oh man, Green Frog, don't.
I think they do it in the movie when they're singing it. I think they, but yeah, that's the first time.
Well, then I wouldn't be in the public eye if I were you.
I don't know about anyone
Have a
else,
good
but I
time.
have no clue
I
what
mean, come
anyone
on, man.
is
Like,
about.
seriously.
I just take lives as fun place. Yeah, it is. I don't feel bad about the kid.
Yeah, I don't feel. I mean, well, yes, I feel bad about the kid. What really bothers me about that whole situation, and I think Rich brought it up to me, is the pawn shop, or not the pawn shop, but the hobby shop that must have been like,
Well,
hey, yeah, your kid needs this X Max. I don't, or did somebody just let him drive? There's no context to the video, but you kind of got to wonder and speculate what's really going on there. But
if you bought it online and you didn't talk to anybody, you didn't do any research or anything like that, then I would say, pretty much shame on you, parent, for not doing your homework of, buying your kid this, this cannonball that he can drive around. But yeah, if they went into a hobby shop and that kid's
training
like,
mode.
oh man, I want that. And that hobby shop people wasn't like, maybe you ought to start out with something a little less,
Well, like I said, I would love to hear you
room.
guys' thoughts on this. But I mean, that's the thing is, so like training mode is one option, right? But how young of a kid do you really give an RC car to, especially something like an X Max or something? I mean, this kid was just a little bit bigger than the X Max itself.
He literally could have ridden around on it, and it probably wouldn't even have. You and I are good, Sean. Look, I'm going to put this to bed right now. Okay. Operation 11 Charlie came in here several weeks ago, and as far as I'm concerned, said what they needed to say, and walked out of here. Whatever. But we made it. We made it clear that look, if you don't want us to put your name in our mouth, hey, fine, we won't say anything about you, Sean. Whatever. But yeah, you and I can be good. You and JB can be good. But I will tell you, don't post crap like that in the chat that you'll get on a plane and come to Colorado, because Baba Yaga already pulled that shit on this show. And
yeah, I love being threatened by you guys, man. You guys are awesome. We know who Baba Yaga is. We know.
I can tell you. I know exactly where Baba Yaga is. I know exactly who Baba Yaga is. And yeah,
you guys need to knock it off.
This is just having fun. This is just having fun in here. We're having fun talking about RC stuff, and we're making fun of people. And we point out a few things here and there. And if you don't like what we have to say, again, you don't have to watch the show at all. You don't have to be here or anything. But you can't come in here and say and make veiled threats to anybody, because Baba Yaga already pulled that shit in here. And enough. I get it. I get it that the Operation Lemon Charlie.
Yeah, you guys want to come hurt me. I understand. Thanks. Appreciate it.
Nobody needs to go anywhere and do anything to anybody.
I ain't leaving the fucking house, bro.
Everybody needs to.
I already heard Jeremy Kilborn was in town last month. If you guys just want to sit here and talk shit.
No,
Jesus Christ.
we're not doing.
I said, man.
I already said today's show is about positivity, and I'm not. I'm putting my foot down here, Sean. If you want to come in here and talk, and you want to have stuff to say in the chat, that's fine. But don't say crap like that. Leave that crap to yourself.
Fair enough.
This ain't in here. Nobody's in here to do this. I'll get in a plane and you won't say that shit to my face kind of crap. Because enough. We're all freaking adults here. And I think that adults can have freaking conversations where we might offend people every once in a while, where people don't have to fly off the handle and, like I said, make veiled threats. So,
dude, we're not talking. Okay, that's it. We're not talking about Operation 11 Charlie right now. We're just not doing this.
All right, Sean, I got to put you in timeout. because this is another damn Baba Yaga thing where
Damn
you
it.
just come in here and blah 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 blah.
I'm really trying to be a happy guy today.
I specifically wrote it in my notes. You can see right here. I'm gonna show everybody what I wrote in my notes.
Positive.
Not, I'm not rehashing any more Operation 11 Charlie freaking nonsense. At least not for a while. Crying out loud. I've had enough. I've had enough of all of that nonsense and garbage. And yeah,
I'm a little tired of being threatened. Can somebody just come and do it already? Jesus Christ, I'm tired of paying my fucking bills. You guys. Hell, I'm broke anyways. I don't know what, I don't understand, because you're bashing some guy who's completely fucking broke. I got to go to the food bank for food, and I'm disabled. So it's like, what? You guys, whatever. Anyway, no. I digress. How about them Dodgers? I like that.
Yeah, like I said. Sorry, Sean. Nothing personal, but I got to put you in timeout. You're not going to ramble on. This isn't the rambling on.
Yeah,
show.
Whatever.
This is the shit that needs to be said.
So,
show,
like I said,
hysteria.
What age do we give a kid an X-Max?
Circling back to that now. Oi, yoy. Yeah, for crying out loud, man.
I want an X-Max.
That gave me gas. That gave me gas. I got to give a shout out to Adam, Jack Crawlers. Hey, guess what? It went off the screen. Even Mom said enough already.
Yeah, see, Mom knows.
I got a shout out to Adam, Jack Crawlers. When I was at Proline by the Fire a couple of years back, I got to drive his X-Max. It was the first time I ever drove one. Absolutely a blast. I can understand why the X-Max is the king of bashers, because it is, I mean, you can full bore, just crank the wheel on that thing and it'll turn. It'll do loops. It'll do flips. You can launch it in the air 60 feet and it'll land and it won't explode into 4,000 different pieces. It's just,
age doesn't mean
it is a beast,
right? That's Earl. That was some of the things that were being said in some of the comments was like, maturity level, age. I know that there was a young gentleman in there who was like, hey, I seem to do it just fine. I don't know why you can't hand your kid an RC car and have him do it. And I'm kind of like, experience really does come with age. Just because
I'm 50 years old.
And I'm still
at the time I was 48, and I almost launched Adam's X-Max into somebody. Yeah. I mean, they're not. They're
well, that was his argument. This young man's argument was the fact that even adults don't know how to drive. And that's the truth. Is if we're talking about.
It's a scary idea, a scary prospect of
my little girl drive the X-Max at 10 years old. After 4 years, she's running a Slash.
Huh. But I'd be willing to bet that Earl probably dialed that X-Max back, or maybe not. Yeah, maybe
I don't know. I know when I practice, like if I practice anything 6S or more with a kid, and it's between the ages of 7 and 10 or so, I'm always like, very gentle with the throttle, and I kind of show them with the finger how, you need to be soft and gentle and not just mash that thing until they get the feel for it. And most kids seem to understand that. So,
I mean, in real one-to-one life, there's, a majority of your,
no added power, couldn't back.
A majority of your top level racers started when they were 3 or 4 years old. So,
oh my God, he added power.
I
never let kids run any of my RCs, and that's a whole nother thing. Is RCs are expensive, and I mean, just letting some kid take off with a $1,100 truck, $1,500 truck, it's like, ooh, a Losi 5T would really smash you flat.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, propaganda. I generally don't lend out my cars for other people to drive. And I've had the same thing. I've had people who've, asked, and it's like, I'll tell you what, if you want to give me a deposit, then I'll let you drive it.
I like that. I like that. Green Frog, that's a great approach. Letting kids do dangerous things is carefully is important, but yeah, parents should, they're ultimately responsible for their children, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I believe Green Frog and I are probably in the relatively the same age group there, and I know being Gen Xers, we did way stupid crap when I know I did way stupid crap when I was a little kid. I was telling
yeah. You want me to jump that tire full of broken gas? You got it.
What's happening, JM? How about howdy, Robert? Yeah. I mean, it lots of stupid stuff. I would talk about some of the stupid stuff I did when I was a kid.
Who's Beatty?
And in my teenage years, but I know Mom is watching, and I'm not getting myself in trouble.
Hey, 907, how you doing?
Should run his dad over with a Typhoon.
Thompson in the house. Oh my God, you guys make my Wednesdays. We had a kid at 50% power. It's funny. Well, and I read a story about, there was a story in the comments of this video of this kid getting run over by his X-Max and everything. There's a story in there that says, my neighbor wanted to play with my X-Max. So I decided to let him try my X-Max. Well, 2 minutes later, he actually killed his dog with the X-Max. Yeah. Ooh. And so, neighbor tries to sue, but the guy who owned the X-Max and the kid and everything had it all on video, I guess, and got out of it. But still, I mean, I don't know if the comment's true or not, but...
Hey, man, good to see you, Robert. Thanks for coming in, buddy.
Thank you.
We'll see you again soon. I wasn't laughing at the guy running over, killing his dog with an X.
No, that's not funny. But
I'm more laughing at some of the message that my mom is sending me here via text.
Just got off medvac. Oh, be safe out there.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, be safe out there, Robert. I know. You are taking an already difficult job and in an environment that makes it infinitely more difficult. So, yeah, be careful out there. Yeah. I mean, since we kind of went off the rails a little bit.
Barbecue. Yeah, we are totally. I mean, this show, I don't know, man.
We went a little bit off the rails there. And I don't understand. I don't. Nowadays, in this day and age, in 2023, I know that the world is frustrating out there. It's frustrating and it's angry and. Hey, thank you, Sean. We will enjoy the show. Hey, if you want to hang out and enjoy the show yourself, please do.
Feel free. Anyways,
but I understand there's enough anger and division and crap and garbage out there as it is.
Right.
We've the
shit that comes up show.
I mean, but
I teach my kid how to drive, and it's scary sometimes. Now, are you talking about RC cars or like one-to-ones here, Jesse? I got to know, because teaching your kid to drive, I don't care. I don't know, man. I never had to raise my daughter, but I can't imagine what it'd be like to be in a car with a 16-year-old girl. No offense to any 16-year-old girls out there.
Jesse, I have one here that I'm going to be teaching how to drive here pretty soon. And yeah, it is scary. I'm still Google mapping, trying to find the largest, emptiest parking lot that I can absolutely find. I was relatively I was relatively lucky when I was sort of learning how to drive that I had several people.
Or your 18-year-old.
Yeah.
Jesse, how can that be? You're not like a day over 28, right? So good looking. I'm teaching my son to drive.
Oh,
My
yeah,
son to drive now.
your son's he's got to be at that age. He's got to be right there around the 16.
Driving a golf cart, that's cool.
Yeah. Hey, take care, Sean. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. Yeah, still, Earl, that is a fantastic video of you and your son racing, where it turns into almost a hockey match in the racing. It's perfect, and that right there is a good example of, one of the good things in RC. Come on, man.
Oh, he's a grandpa too. I didn't know that. Oh, there's a whole younger generation I get to make fun of later. No, that's awesome, dude. Congratulations.
Yeah. My oldest son is 27. That's, I mean, good for you, Jesse. That's, the younger generation, man, our kids. That's
not what I would have taken from your dating profile.
Yeah, I mean, come on, the kids. Hey, nothing. I don't think there's anything cooler than being able to hang out with your kids and do dad kid stuff.
Me and my son go at it. Yeah. Well, and as long as you have that relationship, absolutely. Yeah, man. Well, I'm not,
Well, and I mean, at that age,
I'm not here to judge. Believe me, no way.
I know at that age, that's it's good to have that kind of bond, and being able to have RC. That's something that you guys enjoy. I know in my teenage years there was only a few things that my dad and I would do together that we had that bond, and yeah, RC was not one of them. My dad was not an RC guy. My dad was Fisher. Uh-oh. Can't unmute your guest because they chose to mute themselves. You chose to mute yourself there, buddy. I did not do that.
Wait, I didn't even see that.
What? You were muted. You've been muted for whatever you were just saying.
Oh, yeah. Well, I was talking to myself, really. It's fine.
JB having one of them one-on-one JB conversations.
Dude, you look so good today. Look at you in the camera. Damn, son.
That is a damn good lesson too, Earl, because that is something that I mentioned before, that all the crap that kids get nowadays, with all the nonsense and these Looney Tune teachers and everybody that never wants kids to ever feel bad or sad, or losing is an important part of life. Making mistakes and losing is a very important part of life, because you never learn anything if you just win all the time.
Dude, I assume it'd be super wild to be, a kid today. It's just with the information at your fingertips that we have today and everything else like that.
It's staggering the amount of information that's available right here all the time. You can look up whatever you want, and it's
well. And if you're a kid, I mean, even if you got parental lockouts, and as soon as you get access to a computer somewhere.
Well, and I mean, I just saw this thing today about a raising a man. That's right.
Yeah, and it's I definitely feel like RC propaganda has a point there too. As you get to a certain age, I think your patience becomes a little less, and you have a little less patience for the younger generation. especially if you've been raised a very strict way, or you have it can be difficult. I know I
Well,
have a difficult time relating to some of the younger generation. That's for sure. I don't know if that's just me.
I I've reached the point where I realize that I can't relate. I'm at that point in my life now that I've realized I can't relate to a lot
Well,
of
what
stuff
am I
people
doing
say.
on this show if you can't relate?
No, I can relate to people our age,
Oh,
but I can't relate to I can't relate to the younger generation. There's just there's some stuff that I do not understand.
I have issues with all ages. Yeah, I mean, sometimes young people just have a tendency to be pointed out more.
Well, and like I was saying before, there's a number one, kids have a lot of things now, information and all of that they have access to, but they also have so much more BS that they have to listen to all the time. There's so much other garbage and white noise out there in the world, and
Well, yeah, because there's guys out there that like us that'll,
I mean, there's just so much that nowadays that kids, I never had to deal with getting bullied on social media when I was a kid because it just didn't exist. I got bullied the old-fashioned way. A kid would walk up to you in the freaking hallway and he'd punch you in the stomach.
I just have issues. What's up, Juan Locos?
That's happening, Russell. It's good to see you, man.
Doesn't everybody have issues? Everybody's got something, right? Everybody got skeleton in the closets. Everybody got their problems, man. I get it.
And me throughout my whole life, I've tried to look at things. I try to empathize. I try to understand, and a lot of times, I'll deal with things with some sarcasm.
Dude, I never thought that our RC talk show would be so philosophical right now.
Well, I mean, but you know what? That right there breaks down the core of why JB and I kind of both felt like this show needed to exist because, how many times, everybody in the chat, how many times have you been hanging out with your buddies in the garage just talking about
shit.
random stuff?
You talk about shit?
Yeah. How many times,
You joke, you poke fun at each other, you talk about shit that happened, you talk about bullshit.
You make fun of the friends that aren't there hanging out with you, calling them sissies because they had to stay home with their wife that night. That
we just wanted to bring that to a show.
Yeah, a live show, not a today we're going to be talking about something that's really, really interesting.
Could you not? That is like sandpaper over my asshole.
I'm really glad that you're all here. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Now we're going to go over to a special guest who's going to sit here and talk about his shit for an hour and a half, and it's going to be really interesting. And again, thank you for all the support. And
absolutely, and thank you. And I'm glad to be able to show off my museum this evening.
Propaganda. My wife tells me all the time where I can and can't go. That's how I live.
So why did Arma stop dropping a new RC every week? Oh, that's a good question.
I would say my personal thoughts on what's going on. Are you
falling asleep?
We're seeing the back end of the boom that happened during the pandemic. The RC industry and everybody had a big boom and everything was great and everybody was super, super stoked. Hobby shops are going like freaking crazy. And now we're on the back end of that where we're at the...
I mean, come on, Earl. You and I both know that Arma and Horizon are not stupid. They've got a plan. They might not be dropping a new RC every week, but...
There you go. That's what my mom had to say today. You guys are so full of it today.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Mom. I think we're on the back end of the boom. And I think that especially Horizon, because Horizon's got, they got big backing over there. So they got focus groups and all of that stuff. And they're probably looking at projections saying,
I say that every time, propaganda. What else can they make, though? And then they decide to make something else. at least.
Hey, remember I mentioned it a couple of weeks ago that the military, comes up with all kinds of crazy stuff.
Who's worse,
And
Traxxas or Arma? Because I gotta wonder, because at least I feel like Arma doesn't just, it's version 2, but they upgraded everything. But Traxxas is just like, no, we put a new body on it.
it's the same exact thing that we've been selling for the last 5 years, but
it's got a purple body, truck body.
And then they'll do even one better. It's not even a new body, but it's a different color. Ooh, I know you guys are going to rush out there and grab it because now you can get the Defender in gray. Before you can only get it in red and green, now you can get it in gray. Stimulus checks stopped and Horizon realized that no one's got. Yeah, stimulus checks have stopped. Inflation. Hopefully, we're seeing the end of inflation here. If the feds decide not to raise the interest rate, that's hopefully a good sign. Although I don't necessarily trust the feds to tell anything correct or anything, but yeah, I think the RC industry as a whole is probably going to take a bit of a hit now because you guys enjoyed that. It was great, but I mean, which was rare during all of that going on. There were a whole lot of businesses that were just going under. But, one of those things that, people had extra money to spend and discretionary income. So they were out, hey, man, let's buy some RC stuff. It's fun.
Sort of want to watch it burn down and then we fix it. Do you have a plan, propaganda? The first rule of Fight Club is?
Rule number 1, JB, about Fight Club.
RC Club.
You're not allowed.
RC Camp? I don't know. The first rule of RC Camp. About RC Camp.
You're also not allowed to say certain people's names anymore. I'm not allowed to say names.
Top Fuel Dragster.
Ooh.
Cool.
Actually, it would be pretty. I know the no prep thing is. I think it's still going like crazy. It's not quite as crazy as it was, like when it first went crazy. But Top Fuel Dragster would be pretty freaking cool. I know. Who are the guys that make the Raminator? What the hell is that? They make dragsters. Primal RC. I think that was before they made the Raminator. I think that's mostly what they were doing was making gas and nitro RCs. And
I told you somebody would bring up the fire team. I told you.
Right.
I knew it was going to happen.
I mean, fire team. And just, I'll say it. I'll say it right here. I will say it for you, JB. Fire team was absolutely and is still just an absolute pile of garbage. It was a repurposed car, an Outcast or whatever it was. The Arma pulled the Traxxas. They stuck a new body on it, and they saw that they could tug at the heartstrings by putting some military guys in there and try to draw up some support for it. And that's what they did. But ultimately they made a car that just wasn't very good, and they way overcharged for it. Because I think when the fire team first came out, you could go buy its Lexan bodied equivalent for like 2/3 the price.
Fire team.
I have a Megatech Top Fuel Dragster 10th scale nitro from back in the day. Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, NorCal, that's my old Nitro RC10 GT right there.
That's cool.
That thing is that is fresh off its 1995 Norca Dirt Oval Division 1 championship win. Came right off the track and went on the shelf. Poof. Still got the dirt on the tires.
Dude, I'm sorry.
Love Nitro. It's a pain in the ass.
We interrupt each other, don't we?
That's what we're supposed to do.
I can't believe how cheap they're selling the DR10s for. Yeah, a DR10 is a good buy if you can get it at the right price.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a good car. I've never owned one. I've only ever seen them, but the e-brake was the only cool part of the fire team. Didn't the Infraction have an e-brake? Like, why did I need a fire team? I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I have my other issues with the fire team. I mean,
Yeah, and bleh, 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 bleh. That's what I have to say about that. Um,
Glad you brought that up.
the yeah, the DR10, but also the low C dragster. I think is still pretty good value. I think they have the Camaro and they have something else now, but their dragster seemed like a pretty good value for that. It actually ran pretty good. I think it also came with a whole brushless setup. Um, and then finally, Trax is coming around with the drag slash. They put
Oh,
that
you can talk
ridiculous.
about the fire team all you want. Like I said, I don't know. Can I tell the story of the fire team?
Nope,
No, he won't
not
let me
allowed.
tell this.
We're not allowed to say. We're not allowed about talk about that
I'm
here.
not allowed to
That
talk about
will
the fire team.
that will infringe on potential trademark copyright issues, and not to mention we'll have we'll have somebody else popping in here in the chat and yelling and screaming that we
Oh
can't
man, everybody's angry with JB. Jesus.
go all freaking Will Smith on us.
Oh yeah, there's tons of stuff I would love to tell you guys about the RC world. I just there's some things I just can't say.
Yes, there are things that we cannot say, will not say, and that is
But
and that
Primal RC Dragster, I can say that. Yes.
yes.
No,
Um, Nitro is definitely fun for the true
I love you,
hobbyist.
brother, but that ain't happening.
You know what, Earl? I do. I think you're 100% spot on right there. I think Nitro's making a comeback, um,
Oh,
because
nitromethane. I love the burning eyes and the
oh man, there's nothing better. Yeah,
the tuning every 5 minutes, the tuning of the motor. This is
it.
great.
If you live in the mountains, you're in trouble. You got a lot of work to do. But if you are, relatively flat land, and you're not traversing elevations, it's not too bad. I know we were at basically at sea level in Ventura, and once you got these things tuned, pretty much you could run them. And I would even take and break in a new motor and just take the old carburetor off and put it on the new motor, just so I didn't have to fuss around with all the settings.
Didn't you talk about the dirt oval? Didn't we just talk about the dirt oval basher conversion the other day? Was that you?
Yeah, yeah. As a matter of fact, leaning toward a dirt oval basher conversion. Um, I was actually pretty surprised. So, was it Voltage RC? I think they make a
Maybe
conversion kit.
Lacos even knows.
Yeah, you might be. I don't remember the name. I know it starts with a V, but it's a conversion kit for basically an associated buggy or a low C buggy, two-wheel drive, to convert it into a sprint car. And so essentially, it is they give you a chassis, you take all the suspension parts off and bolt it onto this chassis, and then they put a custom work sprint car cage in there. The part that shocked me was the full conversion kit ready to run with the cage and the body and everything is like $600, and I'm pretty sure that comes with all the suspension parts, so you wouldn't have to spend $300 on a buggy and then $600 on the conversion kit. But my point is, if you're going to all that trouble, just go over to Custom Works and buy yourself a an Enforcer or one of their Outlaw sprint car kits, and just build the kit yourself and transfer electronics in, because Custom Work sprint cars are phenomenal. Anytime you go to a dirt oval race and you see the people running up front that are just kicking the crap out of everybody, chances are they're probably running a Custom Works car, because they are.
I like barbecue there. Yeah, every RC or Nitro RC needs to come with headset and earplugs. I'm just like, at a certain point, barbecue, you just stop hearing that shit altogether, right? I'm just like, I gotta use hand signals nowadays. I don't even know. Hear what?
We had an absolute blast. I mean, we would have 7, 8, even up to 10 nitro trucks running on our dirt oval during a single race, and yeah, you wouldn't even hear the announcer over the loudspeaker. It's just all you would hear is all that. And
I like that. The T-Max 3.3 was actually one of my very first RC cars. Believe it or not, I had the T-Max 3.3 when I turned 18 years old, and it was quite an interesting experience for me.
I never had a T-Max 3.3. The only nitro that I had was the RC10 GT, and then I had a couple of nitro on-road cars. That's the Mugen. And,
oh no, I mean,
this thing.
I had to go all out. I had to tune it up and everything else like that. Put tune pipe on it. Put K&N air filter on it. It's all all kinds of crazy stuff. And then I ran it in a stump and bent it in half. And
oh, this nitro on road car scared the bejesus out of me several times, especially when it would go runaway, because it's got a 2-speed transmission in it, so it could reach 100 miles an hour in like 50 feet. And yeah, anytime that thing would go freaking rogue, it was.
That's cool. I did sell Limitless. Yeah, that's cool.
I'll tell you what, Jesse, for anybody that wants to get into oval racing, go over and check out 1RC. They got these little 18 scale. They got sprint cars, they got midgets, they got late models.
Now, I can't remember. Is that correct wing? Is that correct wing? Because I know the
yes.
upwing and the downwing. Is that right on that one?
Yes.
Is that true? Okay.
So
because I've seen them backwards, where the one wing is down and the other wing is up, and I know that
yeah. So that would be backwards. So the upwing is on what would be the driver's side of the car. The downwing is on what's on the passenger side of the car.
That's the stoner in me. I'm sorry. I forget what time of the day it is.
These things are going absolutely banana crazy with these things because they can run in super, super small places. They've got, like I said, they've got the late models, they got sprint cars, they got midgets, they got Eastern Dirt modifieds, they got NASCAR modifieds now. I forget what else they've got, but on their website, on 1RC's website, they actually have a track locator, so you can just type in your zip code, and it literally pulls up a whole list of everything that's you could tell of you within 100 miles, with 25 miles, and it'll show you where everybody who's got a track for one of these things is at. And I know, I mean, I'm seeing them pop up more and more in Facebook groups, and they've been around now for a couple of years. I've actually eyeballed the sprint car. I just got mine I guess about a month ago. And the best part is it's sprint car late model kit. I think the EDMs, it's like $200, and it's a ready to run. And a lot of the racetracks do box stock. They'll have a modified class. There's a few upgrades that you can put in there, but a lot of the tracks will do just a box stock. So you buy it, they ship it to you, you charge up the battery, you take it to the racetrack and race it. And an hour drive with no traffic. Yeah.
Should be wrenching right now.
Yeah, Earl, if it's California, everywhere in California is at least a 4-hour drive now. Man, it's I was just talking to a friend of mine in Ventura, and he was talking about how it just seems like in the last 8 or 9 months, it seems like it's gotten worse. Like it's just everywhere you go is just traffic. And he's in so he's just north of Los Angeles,
California, a parking lot near Los Angeles.
But yeah, One Lacos, Jesse, you guys are interested in in oval racing, that is a great way to get a taste of dirt oval racing. A lot of the guys make the tracks are either carpet. They don't necessarily do that many dirt tracks themselves, but the cars themselves aren't really that powerful enough to really go crazy on dirt. Um, but yeah, a great way to get into dirt oval racing without spending a small fortune to build a car. Because I mean, 10 scale dirt oval racing, like I said, your competitive top level guys are running those custom works cars, and they're easily, they're easily dropping $500 for a kit, and some of the guys are dropping $600 on a conversion kit for their buggies. And their classes are super. Dirt racing is super competitive. You will generally find some really good racers there that, if you go out there and run with them and just try to run laps and follow and watch what they're doing, you generally will find guys that are,
I don't want to interrupt you here, but I mean, you've just killed the audience.
Hey, you know what? Hey, on you guys for not liking good old racing.
Just messing. I love this shit. Oh goodness. Here, I'm only ever gonna do it once. If you guys would like to join the Facebook group, you certainly can.
Oh yeah, you know what? I'm always forgetting about that. Yeah.
I know, I'm not gonna spam our Facebook group and our. No way. I hate that shit.
Hey, Robert's back.
There you go. You get the chance right now. Join up or don't join up. I really don't care. It's always fun.
Yeah, and the cool thing about the Stickies group is that is
it's just like the show, really.
It's just like the show. It's freaking anarchy in there. If you want to go in there and post, links to your videos or whatnot, I know Facebook admins and groups and go crazy about people.
Facebook does suck. Yes.
But yeah, you can go in there, post links to your video.
I was a social media director. I can honestly tell you that social media just sucks. I mean, period.
Yeah. I mean, there are not very many rules in there. I do say to keep it relatively family friendly.
We get way out of line, you'll probably get taken down.
Relatively friendly, family friendly. Because
yes, post your feet pic. That's exactly what I want to see, especially from the guy who talked trash about the fire team, Earl.
Yeah, I mean, I constantly forget that the group is over there, and
we don't really look, man. I mean, it's not like we're begging for attention here. I mean, we just have the show so you guys come here and hang out. We don't. I mean, I'd appreciate it if you told everyone you knew. You need to watch this show, but I understand.
As long as your name is not Sean.
Oh, Sean, you tell everybody. I don't care. Tell everybody to watch the show. Tell people you don't like to watch the show. Tell that guy in the street you didn't even know.
Yeah. I mean, by all means, go out there and tell people you hate this show.
I never got Facebook. I used MySpace. That's the last time I've used social media. Mama says Facebook's the devil. Oh, I love it.
Oh, man. I'll tell you what. I miss the days of MySpace. MySpace was so much more fun than Facebook. Facebook is just... Facebook has gotten...
Green Frog, you always got something so clever to say, man. I love it.
Oh, okay. Speaking of clever things to say, I wanted to bring this up earlier because I was
drama.
I was perplexed.
Oh, I'm sorry, I was reading comments.
I can't tell. Drama. I can't tell.
Are you going to bring up peak performance right now?
Yes, because I can't tell if this is a shit post or not.
Peak performance, if you're in here.
Yeah, if you're lurking, peak performance, please. Because
I didn't need a Sean situation because we're about to call you out.
I didn't know whether or not peak performance, if this was a shit post or not. I couldn't tell. It was in the poll, my highly scientific poll that I did.
Evaluated. highly scientific and evaluated.
Yeah. And Peak Performance replied back to, is fart sniffing really a crime? Question mark. Aren't you guys being kind of ... bigoted? Fire team out.
Fire team out!
So my question to the chat is
that comment a troll or was he being genuine? How do you...
Because my only response was bigoted ? And this is a joke, right? Because Shine keeps me laughing. Go Irish. It makes me laugh all the time. Yeah, I mean, Sean's got that Irish fire. But yeah.
I hope the show fires you guys up sometimes. I hope the show fires you guys up. You're supposed to get fired up about it, man. You know?
Well, I mean, let's all be serious here too, guys. We're a bunch of grown-ass men playing with little toys. I know people take it serious. I know people take things serious. But
you mean I've been giving this RC CPR for the last 12 minutes? Anyways.
The Peak Performance thing. Irish and Danish, so I'm pissed while I'm crying.
And you make the best pastries.
So yeah, anybody that wants to go over to the community tab there and look at the post and read what Peak Performance said, and maybe y'all can chime in on there and say, this can't be serious. I know that the certain group of folks like to, they got like their signature exit move thing, and
the wooden shoes hurt though. That's why I'm mad. Yeah, you don't need to show those feet pictures.
I'm just realizing that Earl probably has a terrible case of hammer toe, and those are not going to be good pics. Nope. Nobody wants to see that, Earl. Nobody. Maybe some, but they're not allowed in our group.
Too funny. Oh, it's completely sidetracked. Here we are. I showed up late. This has been a crazy Wednesday.
This is the shit that gets sidetracked show.
I love it.
I mean, every week we almost have to.
I gotta rein it back in, man.
I mean, it's hard to rein it back in. I mean, crazy Irishman comes in here and starts yelling at you. You kind of.
My mama said my feet are pretty. I like how nobody else is going to chime in on this right now. Nobody else is touching this with a 10-foot pole. They're like, nope, I'm done. I'm bailing on that channel.
Nobody wants to contribute to that part of the conversation right now because they're just trying to. It's one of those. If I don't see what's happening. I can't believe I had to time somebody out.
Oh, I knew it was going to come sooner or later. I said, whatever. I don't want to talk about that shit right now.
I've said it multiple times. You can come in here and say
whatever you want to say. But he did say what he wanted to say several times, I think. I think what he wanted to say was pretty clear.
Well, I think he wants to get on a plane and go to Colorado.
Come crawling with me, man. Fuck.
Man, there's so many more things to get upset and angry about. There's so many more things that I think we've said on this show.
What about the 2,000 kids a day that go missing? I mean, seriously.
Oh, no, we can't talk about that
today. I know. We did say positive episode.
No, but I can tell you the next week I will be talking about that because there's even more. There's more to that. Damn ridiculous. Yeah, Peak Performance. It's still
Well, look,
baffles
I mean,
me. I don't.
Jesse, it's one thing to hold an opinion. It's another thing for us to push our ideals upon you. We feel like you should have your own opinion about things. I mean, look, I said my opinion about what was going on and somebody got upset. It's all right.
Well,
Whatever, dude. Like I said,
that,
man.
that
And
right, that right there. That's one of my notes.
good.
It's
What
one
do
of
you
my
got?
freaking notes, which is, it's since we kind of gotten off the rails here. Anyhow, I might
What
as
do you
well.
got? Because I'm going to sit here and do this.
I might, I'm going to go on my little rant, my weekly rant here a bit, which is, uh, we've gotten to the point where we don't want to allow anybody to voice their opinions about anything. And people are afraid to talk about things and be, it's like I said earlier on, Tony Cece going in and
Making an
explaining
apology?
why
Well,
he
he
didn't
said he
apologize.
said he explained. Those
He
were
was
his words.
And he did. He just explained that, he made his content. Now he came out afterwards and just in another video saying, "Hey, look, I'm just going to have fun and make videos and have fun and everything." But the sad part is he shouldn't even have to do that. He shouldn't even have to explain anything. Bunch of
Just make your
knuckleheads.
content and do your thing, man.
Yeah, bunch of knuckleheads coming in there
I
commenting.
mean, everybody
"Oh,
like
you're going to give him that $12 toy to a kid." Hey, guess what? Come over here, take it out of the freaking garbage and go give it to a kid. Or go to Amazon and buy one yourself and take it to the next kid you find that can't afford a
I mean, I
toy.
have my arguments about it. I feel like, in today's age, some people just don't have $12 to pull together. So yeah, maybe, you're a little upset that you threw away $12. But I mean, seriously, like I said, Tony, Tony, at this point, why would you apologize? Why would you even try to explain? You did what you did,
Yeah,
like
I mean, he didn't apologize. He was very adamant.
that's
that he
right.
did not
I keep saying
apologize.
that. Those are my words. Those are my words. That's not his words.
But yeah, there's no need. But nowadays, people get so upset about crap, and yeah, and NorCal sticks and stoned.
Yeah.
But yeah, sticks and stones, words hurt. Blah, 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 blah. Like I said, a bunch of guys hanging out in the garage, having a few beers, smoking some freaking doobage, and having a good time, and just letting shit fly because we can. But hey, what the hell, And then people got to get all fucking upset because one little blurb about something got said about you during the show. Uh, Jesus, if you knew half the shit that people said behind your back, then
Tony definitely said what he felt, that his opinion can't hate people when they express their rights. Even though I didn't agree, I commend him for it. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I just feel like, man, I felt it was unnecessary. I'm sorry.
Well,
Yeah.
and
That's
to
what I
me,
don't understand commending him for it. I mean, it was kind of, I don't know. Was it gimmicky or was it genuine? It's hard for me to tell, to be quite honest with you.
I think his explanation was genuine. I think what Tony did was he made a video where he crushed a $12 toy, which
Or did he crush a $12 toy and then make a video so he could drive the views up?
But I mean, either way, you can't be mad at Tony, and nobody can be mad at Tony because he's at a point in his life where he can afford to destroy a $12.
I mean, if you wanted to burn $12 in front of you and you watched it, that's your fault.
Yeah. But yeah, and it's just enough with people getting all freaking butthurt about everything nowadays. Everything. Nobody can say anything without some person or some group of people just crapping all over themselves because they can't believe that you would say that. And yeah,
I can't believe you get the time wrong in that video, you stoner.
Yeah, damn it, you freaking jackhole. It was
Sorry.
1 hour and 47 minutes in, not 1 hour and 42 minutes.
Oh my God. I'm sorry.
Damn it.
My ping
right.
caused me to get a high and I forgot the time. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and I mean, again, we were trying to be all positive on this show, and then yeah, got to come in here and poop all over everything. Hey, You know, there's people hanging out, having fun. Nobody, yeah.
We can still have some
Hey,
fun. There's at
look,
least like 20 minutes left in the show where we can do
I
something
can
crazy cool.
I can tell you that everybody that's been commenting in that chat over there for this entire show uh, probably has not been offended or taken much of what we said
God, I
serious.
hope not. Jesus, I'm just an asshole.
You know, I mean, for crying out loud, we're talking about Earl Moorhead's wooden shoe hammer toe.
Yeah.
Haters will watch to complain and keep Will Smith's wife name out your mouth. It's kind of, I mean, it's kind of what I feel. We were definitely at a Chris Rock moment there
What?
that Will Smith
Okay,
was going to have
man.
to come up on stage and
Oh, you guys, it's just so easy to go that route. And oh, you guys, okay, come on, man, stop egging me on. Happy day, happy day.
Our chat is absolutely savage and lively.
I love them. This is why I come here.
And yeah, you know, the it's partly because our show is savage and lively every week. We ain't pulling no punches. I mean,
Well, maybe a few.
I got like I've said before, people friends all over the place, and uh, everybody everywhere on the planet Earth has friends that will talk shit about them behind their back.
Sooner or
Guaranteed.
later, right?
It's just a fact of human nature.
What was the website again for those oval track? I was see somebody understands me.
That is one RC. Let me pull it up here because I actually one. I'm gonna push. And then I'm
Jesse, today we're playing for points where the points don't matter, but you scored 10. So
yes, 1rc-racing.com. Man, yeah, absolutely phenomenal stuff they got going on over there. But yeah, but this whole thing, I mean, you watch other live RC shows, you see how other live RC shows, they're just hanging out and building their RC cars and talking amongst themselves and and other RC shows are just a bunch of guys sitting around talking about whatever and then some RC shows are like watching freaking paint dry in the Sahara. But yeah, ours seems to be the one show where there's sort of
what are these guys talking about over here?
Our show seems to be
this was an RC show
hitting some nerves with some folks. And damn.
Yeah, JB's out to piss people off. What do you know? Oh my God.
Well, the world. Look, regardless of whether you like JB and I or not, we can both be salty as all hell. The world needs salty as all hell right now.
Gotta have a little salt.
Yeah, you gotta have. There's a reason.
Your show's like huffing metallic. I can just see somebody coming back and like there's this gold ring. Where were you? I was watching the shit that needed to be said. Show.
Always on point. Always.
NorCal.
That's
10 points to NorCal.
Yeah.
Score is tied.
Yeah. I mean, I don't. I know that in the past that occasionally on an RC show somebody would say something and people get all huffy, get all upset about it. When we seem to, I mean, for the last several weeks, we seem to be doing it every week, which is good, for crying out loud. There's a reason why there's a Keeping Up with the Kardashians show. Everybody wants to talk down about drama and Facebook groups. Leave your drama, but everybody loves drama.
JB is BS is JB. I don't. That's a tough one for me, you guys. I'm I am not necessarily JB the voice anymore. I am JB because that's my name. But I mean, my channel's always been BSRC. JB the voice was a personality for another show.
Yes. And one day, what maybe we'll do a whole show where we do a funeral service for our past YouTube personalities on that particular
Yeah,
show.
I feel like I laid that to rest forever ago.
That's true. Yeah. Why that? See, I'm making myself want to.
Well, and I don't know how many. I don't want to go off on myself because I don't like to. I hate talking about myself. But BSRC, BS is actually brown shoe, and that's me and my buddy's name, and it's brown like the color and shoe as in SHUE. So it's I happened to be in a park and I was crawling and I was videoing, and this little old lady came along, cute little old lady, and she said, "What are you doing?" And I said, "Well, I'm making videos for YouTube." And she goes, "Well, oh, what's the name of your channel? I know about YouTube." And I said, "Well, my channel's BSRC." And she looked at me like I had said something awful. And I decided at that moment I needed to keep that name. So there you go. That's how BSRZ was born forever and ever ago.
Yeah. I mean, it fits. It's a damn good name. And if anybody wonders where Stickies came from, when I grew up, my name is obviously Rich. My full name is Richard, so I'm a Dick. My dad was Dick. I'm a Dick. A couple of Dicks. My best friend growing up, his name was Steve. So we combined Steve and Dick into one word, and we came up with Stickies. Bingo! That's how Stickies was born. Since 1978. Yeah, it's not as fancy and snappy name as BSRC. But yeah, I mean BSRC.
Not everybody's meant to offend.
It's that double entendre thing that, yeah. I mean, are they talking about bullshit RC? Is that what they're talking about? No, it's brown shoe. Oh, or maybe it isn't.
Oh.
Yes, NorCal. See, best origin story ever. That's what I'm talking about.
Was it Dick Moorhead?
Moorhead.
You made me say that out loud. Oh, burn.
Yeah, I could see that would be problematic as a name. Yeah, I mean, it.
Little Richie Moorhead.
Oh man,
Earl is on fire too. Yeah, 10 points to Earl this evening as well. Yeah. It's all tied up in the game. You guys got 10 minutes left. We're going to see who pulls out the best punchline next.
We'll go into overtime if we got to. Gotta look at the bright side.
Absolutely, man.
Hey, I mean, that's what tonight's show is all about. Is looking at the bright side. Even after all of the garbage that got brought to our little chunk of the YouTube pie today, we've still managed to have a whole bunch of fun and laugh at each other's expense and even other people's expense that we're not even supposed to be having a laugh at their expense.
Kelly, how you doing this evening?
Kelly, good to see you, man. Good to see you.
How about please, Moorhead? Don't act like you've never said that before, NorCal.
Let's try to remember.
Jack Knopf and Rusty Nick. You guys. Oh my God. 10 points all around. 10 points all around. I don't know who's in the lead, but you guys, I've given everybody 10 points all around for that one.
If there were rails, they're way over there. We're not even close to them anymore. This is why we do this show. We can always manage to turn it around. We can always manage to turn it around, no matter what topic comes up here and how depressing it might be, we still manage to turn it around and get some laughs and have some fun. Kelly, yeah, freaking YouTube.
Oh my God, Earl, that is so bad. I'm not saying that out loud.
You know he's putting that in there just
he's like
so
trying to get me
right?
now. He's trying to get me. Negative 10 points for Earl this evening.
baiting us into saying things on this show. You're gonna ruin our family PG rating.
Too funny. You guys are too funny.
I'm not sure if anybody knows. Everybody knows him. Now I can't remember his freaking name. Freaking O.P. Cunningham.
Oh, wait. Okay, all right. I remembered what I was going to say now, too, because I'm a stoner.
What the heck is his name? O.P. Cunningham. Richie Cunningham's actor. The actor's name.
I don't know.
I don't remember his name. Either way.
I act all the time.
You know who? You know how his kids got their names? By where they were conceived.
Oh, so you're Boston. That's fantastic. This is Baltimore. I got Atlanta over here.
Well, his daughter is the one in the new Jurassic World movies, and her name is Bryce.
Ron Howard. Everybody's saying
Ron Howard. That's the one. Bryce Dallas.
Look, these guys are on it.
Yeah. See, you say Opie Cunningham, everybody knows who it is. Freaking Opie Cunningham. Which, by the way, if you haven't watched Eddie Murphy's Delirious stand-up recently, by all means, just
if you want a good laugh,
just go and find it. It still, to this day, is still so good. So good. Eddie Murphy in his prime. Absolutely.
Bad influencers. Dude, I could lead that. Oh, wow. That is a role meant for me. Here's what not to do in life.
Opie Taylor. Yeah, see? Opie Taylor. Opie Cunningham.
No, I wanted to address Jesse Baker in the positivity thing that, and in the positivity episode and being positive and stuff. And, the thing about really the RC world and positivity and what I have found is it is the small things that happen quietly. You know what I mean? A lot of the times the really good things or the things that needed to happen, you don't hear about because those people didn't need recognition for that. They just did something good out of their heart and walked away.
Yeah.
So those things are hard sometimes for us to point out here on the show to you guys. Sometimes it's hard to actually pick out a good deed that happened in the RC world because a lot of times good deeds go unheard.
Yeah.
At least that is my opinion. So.
Well, and it's also the nature of this show isn't necessarily, obviously my highly scientific poll, everybody that voted overwhelmingly wants more hate. So.
How about the RC elf? How about the RC? That's a funny thing. I mean, was he picking and choosing people that he liked or was he picking and choosing people from random? I've always wondered this. And then if anybody really remembers and you go back, there was an RC Denali. They came up and started giving people away from a nonprofit organization out of nowhere.
Yeah, RC Denali.
I don't want to look a gift horse in the mouth, but when something from free comes from somewhere, I kind of got to wonder.
That's the great thing about RC Elf, though. Generally, only the people who get something from him know who it is.
Okay.
So
I'm a little unaware. I just know about him. So.
And he also makes sure that anybody who does get something from him and knows who he is doesn't say it because he really isn't looking for any kind of recognition, which is fantastic. It's absolutely great. I mean, look, there are lots of people out there doing lots of people doing great things in the RC community. Two people that come to mind that I don't necessarily see eye to eye with, but it's Wayne and Sherry Kibler. They have an event every year that they do to raise money for their local animal shelter, which to me, that is next to trying to help find missing kids. That's probably number two in the very important things that need to be done book.
See, now I've heard about that too. Earl Moorhead says, I've gave away many RC cars till I was called out for my kid picking and choosing a winner. Now, I have heard about this on social media, and I'm not calling you out, Earl. That's not what this is about. But I've heard about people playing favorites before. So it's not unheard of, I guess, is what I want to say.
Yeah. And
JB exposed him. I really don't. I'm going to be honest on this one. I do not know who the RC elf is.
I only know one person that knows who it is, and I don't even want to say his name because I know he even said in a video when he had something interacted between him and
RC. He was a lottery winner. Oh.
And yeah, you know what? If he is a lottery winner and he's spreading the love, then yeah,
that's awesome.
That's there. It would be nice if there was more people out there like that.
RC Santa probably knows. I've heard that name too, RC Santa.
Yeah,
I'm not here to reveal the secret identities of people on this show. That's not what this is about, anyways. I'm just here to fucking talk RC with you guys, man. Shoot the shit.
I do have something to point out.
All right.
I think many people might not know about me. RC therapy.
Oh.
That's the origin right there.
This guy
who's got two thumbs and coined RC therapy. This guy.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe I coined that phrase. I'm not exactly sure. I'm still doing my research on that, but I think I did.
Oh my gosh.
I'm going to go down in freaking history as that guy. I'm that guy.
I'm the RC astronaut because I'm high as a moat. They don't tell who he is. Yeah. I think he's requested that.
And that was.
I don't really know enough about the situation. Rich is RC trans. That's right.
What? Damn.
That's the rumors have finally come out. Like the Titanic, you go both ways, don't you?
Yep. I identify as RC Supreme Master.
Yes. How many times a week do you get out to bash your RC? I do not. I'm sorry. I sure wish I don't even have any bashers anymore. Most of my stuff's gone.
Earl, that is such a sign of the times. Still leaves a bad comment every video. He won an RC and yet he's still
I've seen that too, right? Where they complain about the RC car that they've won. And it's like, how could you complain about something that you won, dude? Like
RC Voodoo. RC Voodoo actually told me that pretty typical for YouTube channels, when you hit milestone marks for subscribers and whatnot, you'll do like giveaways and whatnot. He told me like I don't do them anymore because every time I would do it, people would get pissed off at me.
I only ever did one giveaway on my channel, and I felt like for me personally, it felt like I just didn't want to solicit my channel in that way. I didn't want to drive up my channel by doing giveaways. Like that just.
Pretty much the only thing I ever did giveaway wise was stairs. And
Upview needs to dust his RC cars.
I'll still do stickers to a certain degree, even though I'm actually probably pretty low on stickers. But Yeah, anybody that wanted stickers, you could send me an email with your address, and I'll send stickers out to you. He loves the RC, but bashes all my subscribers. Comments, some people are just that way. Yeah.
Just to hate on him first. I'm actually one of those people. Just so. I can't. When is your next video coming out? Could you tell me so I'm already ready?
I mean, sometimes, Jesse, we hurt the ones we love.
Right. Not shelf queens, they're dust bunnies.
I still have a scar on my shin where I hit myself with my Typhon 3S literally like 2 minutes after I turned it on the first time. And the back of the wing on the Typhon is like a serrated knife, evidently. And I was walking out the door and I stepped and I accidentally pushed my finger forward and the thing backed right into my shin. Still have the scar. It's a good inch and a half long.
Barbecue just scored 50 points. With Jesse, RC scars are cool 100%. Especially most women do say this. It is true. 100%. I evaluated that scientifically.
Keanu Reeves said it in the Replacements. Glory lasts forever, and chicks dig scars.
That's right.
Bingo.
She didn't do it by accident. Trying to collect on that life insurance. Oh my God, we've hit 2 hours.
Yeah, time flies when you're having fun. And you know what? Look at this. Look at this list. I didn't even cross everything off. Didn't even cross everything off the list today.
Well, I know I handed out a bunch of points, but I didn't keep track. So everybody's a winner this evening because it's Positivity Day.
It is. So everybody got positive points for the day. Next week we'll be giving out more points. If you want to keep track and keep score at home, at the end of the year, the person with
feel free not to.
The person with the most points at the end of the year, I will make a community poll.
Oh my God, that would be great.
Yeah, community poll just for you, and it will have 3 options. Is he the coolest? Is he the most coolest? Is he the most ultimate coolest?
You can you can get antibiotics for that. You're gonna be fine.
Yes, Green Frog. There are certainly vaccines out there that can help with positivity.
Rub a little salve on that. You're gonna be all right. All right, guys.
Spread like participation ribbons. Hey, NorCal, you have worked for those points, my friend. You have worked for them. These are not JB is not handing out participants.
You guys put out some good lines tonight. I loved it.
Yeah. Baby names. Man, I love it. Hey, you know what, guys? Thank you all for coming in here and hanging out. We do have fun here. It's what we're here for. We're just here to have fun. We're also
talk a little. Well, wait. I'm here to talk shit. I'm not gonna lie. I am gonna talk shit sooner.
We are also here to piss people off. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's openness and honesty is a theme of the show. And if I said that we didn't come in here and want to piss some people off, sometimes I would be absolutely lying. So we absolutely come in here to piss people off all the time because. Like I said, if people didn't like drama, the Keeping Up with the Kardashians wouldn't exist. So here we are.
Keep my job coming.
Your weekly, the shit that needs to be said show is going to keep on going, pissing people off. That's right.
This is my participation trophy. That's what everybody said. All right, guys, let's.
Absolutely have a wonderful rest of the week, my friends. To all the folks that are going to Beat the Creek this weekend, have yourselves a ball. It looks like you might get a little bit of rain coming through there, but it's probably not going to be that bad because it's going to be warm. So
I didn't know you did weather too.
Well, I just happened to be looking at the weather for me, and I know Beat the Creek isn't that far away. So if I'm getting the weather, they're getting the same thing.
You need the green screen like I got. Like, there's a little bit of rain down here in Florida.
Hey, NorCal, I have been studying up on my things of the South and rules of the South, and I did not realize that I've been doing sweet tea all wrong. My whole life, all wrong.
Yeah. Everybody have a good night.
Yes. Have a Jack. It's good to see you, man. You snuck in right at the end there. Good to see you, my friend. If I am able to keep my eyes open for a bit longer, I will try and come in there and hang out with you. But yeah, everybody have a great week. Go out, have some fun. Go outside and breathe some fresh air because it's nice out there. Man. Yep, and everybody needs to go outside and take a deep breath every once in a while because it just it's good for you. So,
all right, before you kill the whole show, let's go.
We will see you guys next Wednesday, and now we're going to go through the awkward period where we don't know